I gotta put my mat down.
All right, so everybody grab your stretching strap. We'll start with the hamstring stretch, pulling the leg up, getting a stretch behind the back of your thigh.
I have no excuse.
How did everyone do after last week? It went okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Good.
all good.
Okay.
Whoops.
I hate laying on the floor because I see that my ceiling fan's dirty.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Okay, let's take the leg away from your body to get the groin stretch. So take it down towards the floor. Keep your other leg down flat so you keep your hips anchored. Try not to let your whole torso and pelvis rotate. And you want to feel the stretch from your groin towards your knee. You can play with a slight bend in your knee if needed. You can play with the angle at your hip, whether it's more than a 90-degree or a 45-degree angle to get a nice stretch. Everybody's a little different. Okay, and then let's take your leg across your body. Same thing, keep your hip anchored down. Try not to roll your whole torso over. Feel the stretch now from the side of your butt down to your knee, so more the IT band area. I'm getting my last week out of my Santa Claus mask, and then I think I gotta retire it here.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. It was so fun. Vito was so cute, so it was good. I was excited about everything. My mom bought these fake snowballs. So we had snowball fights all weekend.
Oh, good.
They were like big pom-poms. And so you could throw them really hard and they didn't hurt. So we had a good time.
Oh, great.
Did you take pictures?
I did.
Oh, good.
Lori, you got your volume fixed.
Yes. Hi, Gail. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's go into the figure 4 on that same side. So cross one leg over, grab behind your thigh. With this, try to make sure you have equal weight on your bones on your low back. Try not to roll to one side or the other. So keep, again, both sides of the hips anchored down. Yeah, I was trying to write you little messages last week, Lori, to stay on track.
I thought that was very clever.
Oh, didn't you get my thank you?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did, but I had to.
Oh, you were great. You were so great. I was able to do the whole class.
Yeah, we improvised.
I don't feel like I missed a thing except the volume. So it was perfect the way you did it.
Good.
Yeah, I loved it.
All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Starting with the hamstring stretch, straight up again. Off leg down flat. And Kathy Ann, did you do okay after a class?
Yeah, no, it was great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. I know it's a little different than what you were doing before, but
That's okay. It's very beneficial for sure.
So good reminders and cues on what you need to do when you do stuff in between on your own.
Yeah.
I know I got a lady back yesterday who hasn't come in since February, used to do the table class. And man, she forgot how to do everything right. So she finally had to come in for physical therapy one-on-one because she says she's not good at the online, but I'm trying to convince her to do it so that way she can get twice a week at least exercising done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go away from the body. Keep that pelvis anchored down.
This class is a godsend. Because without all of you, I'm not motivated to do it.
Keeps you moving in the right direction, that's for sure. And keep my brain fresh too on switching up different exercises because I try not to give you guys the same thing every time so you don't get bored.
Also, this class seems to be a little easier on my body than the one in the studio because I would end up with my knees hurting, and my knees do not hurt after these classes.
But we pretty much do the same thing, don't we?
Yeah.
There was a lot of bouncing around the room and stuff.
I guess, yeah, you would do circuits. You would kind of rush
Yeah.
the exercises maybe, yeah. There's less competition this way, right? You're just doing it on your own.
Yeah.
All right, let's take the leg across the body. Get that IT band stretch from the bum all the way down to the knee. Yeah, and I think also too, doing everything more on time so you're not feeling like you're having to get 10 reps in while everyone else is getting 10 reps in. And if you did 8, you did 8. If you did 15, you did 15. It's kind of at your own pace now.
Yeah, I think that's better.
But that's good feedback. Thank you.
I love doing a timer.
Well, everybody moves at a different pace, and I always felt bad when one person only got 5 reps and the other one's like, I'm already done and bored and twiddling their thumbs.
That's a good point. Yeah, that way everybody can do what their maximum is.
Yeah, and you don't feel really obligated to get to 15 if you're tired and hurt yourself. Yeah. So good. I'm glad we all feel that way.
Yeah.
We win.
Just made it easier that way.
Yep.
Okay, so figure 4 next.
Plus, we don't have to count.
Yeah.
So
you can focus on your technique.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I just can't wait to get the vaccine so I can come back to the gym. Oh.
I got mine yesterday.
Oh, good.
Because I
was ahead of the game because of the hospital, huh?
Right, yeah.
Oh, lucky you.
Did you get the Pfizer or the Moderna?
I got the Moderna.
Oh, okay. Because everyone else got the Pfizer, didn't they, earlier on?
Probably earlier on, they dealt with the people who interact with patients directly.
Yeah.
And
okay,
then,
let's go into sideline quad stretch. Have you got any sort of reaction, a sore arm or anything?
Yeah, my arm's a little sore. It's nothing awful.
Okay.
Lucky you.
I know, I feel really lucky.
You are so lucky. And then when do you go back for the second one?
In 1 month.
Oh.
And interestingly, they gave me an app, or they gave me a way to sign on to an app where CDC will check with me on my reactions and how I'm doing. And
oh, that's good.
Yeah, way to collect data.
Oh, wonderful.
That's good because with it so new, I think that's fantastic that they're doing that.
Yeah.
I just got a text from my doctor saying, roll up your sleeves. We'll let you know this week when we're getting our stuff. So.
Oh, good.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
we're older than dirt. My husband should be first in line.
You're not older than dirt.
You are not older.
Okay, let's roll over and do the other side. If you need to grab a strap because it's hard to reach your foot, please do so.
Used to be everybody did the other way with somebody putting that strap.
Everybody's decided trying to lasso their own foot, I think, is
Yeah.
become harder, so they're doing the sideline. You're not the outlier anymore.
Well, Danielle did it for everybody except me.
So now when
This is-
everyone's struggling to
This
get
is
their own
better.
I think almost everyone says they feel more stretched doing it this way, so good. Okay, so then take a look at the screen here. So what I want to do next is a one-legged bridge. So we have two different options. So always start with your legs hip width apart. Okay. Option number one is with a crossed leg. The crossed leg is not going into my figure four stretch because that tends to make my hips get off level. It's just up with my heel on my other leg. You're going to bridge up, hold it, 1, 2, 3, down slow, focusing on keeping your hips. If that feels too easy, uncross your leg and just having your knee towards your chest. Bridge up, hold it, 1, 2, 3, down slow. We're going to go 90 seconds. You're going to go at your own pace. So either a crossed leg or figure four bridge or a single leg bridge with your knee towards your chest. All right, ready, set, go. So you want to try to get a straight line from your knee, hip to shoulders, so full height. Everyone looks like they're doing nice on that. Try to focus on it being stable, not wobbly, and then make sure your hips are staying level. If you get fatigued, you can always cross the leg. If you started out with the single leg bridge. Make sure you're lifting from your buttocks and not your low back. You should feel the work coming from where your thigh and your butt cheek meet. Or your cheek crease or your thut, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 30 more seconds. Nice slow pace like you're all doing. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Line up like you're gonna do a two-leg bridge. Make sure your feet are in line with your hips. We don't want our foot in line with our belly button. And then get into position and go. Yeah, you got your band?
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy. Do you guys hear the radio in the background or no?
No.
Okay. Because it seems louder today. It sounds annoying to me, but I don't know if it's bugging you. Thirty more seconds. Keep that crossed leg out of the picture. Don't start pushing down with it onto your other leg. Okay, so next what I want to try is an exercise called fire hydrants. And to be politically correct, we call it fire hydrants because it kind of looks like a dog going pee on a fire hydrant. Okay, so I want to go from this angle for the video, but you're going to be on all fours, right? Shoulders right under your, or hands right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. But what I want to film this way is as you lift your legs, if you think of the clamshell movement, we're going to do kind of that clamshell movement here. But what I don't want to see is your whole pelvis and back rotate. So I should be able to keep a cup of water right on my pelvis. You're going to lift and hold, back down. Lift and hold, back down. So you should feel a little work in your shoulders. You should feel some work in your core. The downside butt's keeping you stable. And then you should feel kind of that clamshell butt fatigue on the side that you're lifting, okay? So let's see how we do with this. So everyone get on all fours. Okay, ready? Go. We're gonna do the same side for a minute and then we'll switch over to the other side.
We hold it for
Hold it for 3 seconds, yeah, back down slow. So only lift as high as you can, keeping that pelvis level. I don't want to see your hip lift up or tilt. And then this is one, if it's not very fatiguing, if you redo this class on your own again, you can try putting your clam band on around your knees. But since it's a new movement today, I kind of wanted to see how you did without the band.
It feels like the same muscle is being used as clamshells. Is that?
Yeah, that's the idea, deepen the buttocks.
Yeah. So what is the difference? Is it one
Well,
harder?
this, your other side's working by kneeling. That's a minute. Should we go 90 seconds or is that enough?
90.
Go 90. Is everyone on the board with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see a few of you shaking your wrists out. If that's the case, you can go onto your knuckles.
Are we doing the other side yet?
Not yet. 10 seconds.
Okay. I'm sorry. There was so much talking, I didn't listen.
Okay, now we'll switch sides. If your wrists hurt, you can go onto your knuckles or fists. And or if you're on a soft squishy mat, you might want to move forward to put your hands onto the firm ground instead of, because when you're on your pad, they can actually sink beyond neutral. So if you need to, put your hands on the hard ground instead of the mat. Okay, other side. Ready? Go. And you may be weaker on one side than the other. Make sure your pelvis doesn't rotate.
Thought of keeping a glass of water on the back really helps.
Yeah. I've actually done it before, but it usually leads to me cleaning up a mess, so. But sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures to show patients, no, you're not doing it right. Carolyn, is that better on your wrists?
That's much better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's amazing how when you're on soft, you actually can go beyond where you are there.
Right.
It's nice to have it there. Same thing, Lori. If you need to put your hands on the hardwood floor
I
instead of
tried.
on the mat, it might help.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The squishy mat, depending on how soft, like everyone's on a pretty thin yoga mat except you and Carolyn, I think. Okay. So now we're going to take a little break off of our wrists and go into our hip flexor stretch. So one knee down, one leg out in front, keeping my butt tight. Get a stretch here. So we want to think about kind of tucking our rear end under and pressing forward from my butt versus pushing forward from my back and really going forward into a lunge. So tuck your rear end under, abs tight, butt tight, then shift forward. Holding this a minute. So get that stretch right in the front of the hip, top of the thigh area.
It's so hard on my knee. God.
It's all over, Gail.
Well, it's so hard on my knees.
Oh, you have to do more of that forward position. Can you double up your mat or triple up your mat so it's softer?
Probably. I can do this. You're stretching here, right?
Yeah. So you just
I can do it this way.
Yeah. Okay.
I can feel a full stretch in the front of my leg. This is my old yoga position.
Yeah. Yeah. Yoga tends to make it more of a lunge than I like the butt tuck.
Okay.
But,
I'll get a better mat for next time for that.
or just honestly fold it up 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
All right, let's switch sides.
Try it this way on this one. This might not be so bad on this one.
Don't irritate your knee. It's not worth it. Okay.
Yeah, and my knee, that knee is a nasty one. Let's try this.
Gil, it's so good to have you back in class.
Yeah, the temperature here is a little different than Kauai. But I'm glad to be home. I love my house. I love my stuff.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna go back into all fours before we get up, and we're gonna do bird dog. So again, if wrists were an issue, put your hands on the firm ground, not on your mat. And again, looking from the side, we want to be in this position. We don't want to sit back towards our heels. We want our hips right underneath right over our knees and our wrists right underneath our shoulders. And what we're going to do here is keeping, again, everything level. Think about that cup of water on your back. You're going to lift opposite arm and leg. Hold it. Down slow. This one we are going to alternate. And then looking from the side as well, we want to make sure we're not letting our head drop or cocking it up. So you want to think about your head being on your spine. So you should be looking flat down at the ground. Not up, not down. All right. Get situated, hands on the firm ground if you can. All right, ready, go.
We just keep doing opposites.
Yep, keep alternating. Hold it, and then down slow. And then hold it down slow. Keep alternating. We're gonna go for 1.5 minutes here.
What a difference the hard floor makes for the hand, for the
Yeah,
wrist.
it definitely can put a big damper on the wrists.
Oh, yeah.
Squishy's not always better. I know everyone thinks it's more comfortable, but not good.
Better on the knees, but not the wrist.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be on my knees doing this. I mean, without the pad on my knees.
Right, on the hardwood floor, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, everyone's staying pretty stable. This looks good. 10 more seconds.
No puddles of water on the floor.
Nope. It's amazing how hard though it is to actually keep a cup of water there. Okay, so let's come up to standing. And then you need to have some clearance room because we're gonna do that golfer pickup, okay?
What?
If you need something for balance, you can have, you know, a broomstick, you can have a wall, you can have a countertop, bookcase, whatever you need. You don't have to use something for balance either. So I'm gonna go without balance first. And let me back up a little bit more, I think, here. All right, so you're gonna stand, you're gonna take one leg. Maybe I gotta go up a little bit here. We're gonna take one leg behind us as our torso comes forward. So going down to like pick up the golf ball from the ground, stand back up. And if you don't make it to the ground, that's okay. Now, if you need something for balance, hang on to something for balance because the golfers do, right? They use their golf club and they go down towards the ground, pick up their ball. Now, what I want you to think about is keeping your hips level. So as I go down, I don't want my hips to open. So they're going to be, both of my hip bones are going to point straight down to the ground. And what you may notice is you feel kind of a hamstring stretch when you do them. Okay? So you're going to do something for lightly. And this one will just go for about a minute on each side. However many you get with your wobbliness, you get.
So the same side.
Stay on the same side, yeah.
Okay.
So Gail, try to drop your right hip down a little bit. So keep your hip bones pointing straight down to the ground.
Drop my right hip.
Yeah, because it looks like it's rolling up. So are your hips level?
I think so.
Okay.
I just don't want to fall over on my head.
No light bounce. Good. These look a lot better than the last time we tried these. This is good.
Do I have to pick up my golf balls now like this?
Yeah, well, that's what they do, right? They hold their golf club and then they go down into the hole and grab the ball like this, the golfer pickup. But it's a good balance thing and it's a good hamstring thing. And when you do have a bad back and you can't literally bend over to pick something up, okay, let's switch sides. It is a good way to do it because your spine stays straight and you move about your hips. You're hinging at the hip. You're loading your hamstring. Kim, drop your right hip a little bit more. Yep. Gonna feel harder on your hamstring.
I still squat down and pick up my golf ball, I think. I have to check that. Is it one of those things you do automatic?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just what golfers do. But this is an exercise. It's called a Romanian deadlift. And it's actually a, thing to help train powerlifting and Olympic lifting. But I think for the average Joe, it's easy to explain it as a golfer's pickup. And it looks like everyone has one side that's slightly harder.
Yeah.
And these are good things to know about yourself. Okay. Next one we're gonna do is gonna be a squat with your band around your knee. So grab your loop band, like you have for clamshells. I'm gonna do yellow just because I think it's more noticeable.
Around your knees, you say?
A chair or a couch or something nearby. And we're gonna use that for depth control. So I wanna come down to the chair, tap my buttocks, but don't sit and stand back up. So looking at it from the front, I'm keeping my knees open hip width. I don't wanna see any wobbles in my knee, okay? And then looking at it from the side, I wanna think of it kind of like a dirty public toilet seat. I put my bum back over the toilet, come back up. I don't want to go like this because I'll pee on my feet. Butt back. Okay. Everyone tied up and ready to go? All right, ready, go. Nice and slow at your own pace. You can use your computer as a visual feedback to make sure those knees are staying nice and far apart. You should be able to see the light of the day go right through your middle of your knees. If the light goes away, we let our knees collapse. So keep some tension out on your band. And if you have to sit and lose your balance, that's why the chair is there. Hopefully not yours, Gail, because it might roll away. Halfway, keep it up. You need to take a break, take a break. Again, keep those knees apart. I know you were far away, but can you see yourself in your computer?
No,
No? Okay.
I have my computer plugged in.
Put your couch arm there instead, so you can see yourself better. Ten more seconds. That's better, good. Okay, untie yourself. Woo, good work.
Ah,
So then lightly hanging on to something for balance. We're gonna do single leg calf raises. Come up to the top, pause, down slow. Now looking at it from the side, I wanna make sure as I come up, my knee doesn't buckle, okay? I wanna keep that knee locked tight by squeezing my thigh muscles, butt muscles, and core muscles tight. Up at the top, down slow. We'll go a minute on each side. So nice, stable, sturdy leg. Pause at the top, down slow. And also think about trying to go straight up towards the ceiling instead of kind of forward like a plane taking off. Go straight up.
A weak side.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
Ten more seconds. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides.
That was good. Much more.
Down with control. Keep the knees locked nice and straight. 15 more seconds, feel the burn. And hopefully more than just your calf, right? You should be feeling it up into your buttocks and get good burn throughout. Okay, good. So now we're gonna finish with our calf stretch. So find a stool, a chair, a counter, runner stretch, calf stretch, whatever you wanna call it. Make sure as you're doing this that both your feet are about hip width apart and straight ahead. With that back foot toed out, we tend to absorb some of the stretch. So take a sneaky peek and look back. Make sure your feet are straight ahead. Drive that heel into the ground in the back. Don't let that heel lift up. If you're getting any sort of knee pain in the front side, you can try taking a little longer stride so that your knee doesn't go over your toe. But if it feels like a good stretch in the upper calf on the back side, we got it right. I'm gonna try to get you through, but I might lose you on the last side. So when we switch, count 60 seconds because I think it might cut off. We're getting close here. And more seconds on this side. Okay, switch sides.